Let me tell you a story. When Dong was little, he moved to a lot of schools. 8 times he moved, and each time he was considered a tool. At 6 of the 8 schools he went to, he was bullied at. Called them names like chink, crack, cunt, and fat. Being the new kid makes you a good target for a bully. But Dong was kind of a douchebag who acted pretty cocky. Truly. When he was 13 years old, he moved again to a different place, this time to a small remote school with a completely different pace. The school had 150 kids and 50 of them were about 5 years old. The principal said most of the school is made out of kindergartners, Dong was told. Only 12 of the other kids were of Dong's age, and none of them had his size or his rage. He was no longer picked on, no longer bullied, no longer tormented. He was free from scrutiny like he always wanted. But he became more, he became mean, he became the bullies he so despised and picked on kids half his size. The peaceful little school had never seen someone so cruel. Dong was no longer called a fool, but kids were afraid of him at that school. One day, Dong was eating lunch. He had rice that day and he had a bunch. While he was eating, out of nowhere flew a giant spitball the size of a shoe. The spitball landed right in the bowl, right in the middle. But who had thrown it? That was the riddle. Dong stood and yelled, "Who the fuck threw this? Do tell!" Everyone around him smiled with glee and pointed at the Muslim kid who didn't even attempt to flee. Dong took the spitball out of the rice and threw it at the Muslim kid's face and gave some advice. He threatened the Muslim kid in a hurtful tone, "If you fuck with my rice again, I'll kill you when we're alone." Dong sat down and just kept eating his rice as if nothing had happened and everything was nice. The Muslim kid was not happy and would not take this lying down. He was planning to make Donghua look like a clown. He went to the bathroom to find a spitball to throw, for he was not going to just sit there and look like a hoe. He decided to make a spitball, a big one, a huge one, the size of a head. He wanted revenge and didn't care what Dong had said. The Muslim kid walked up to Dong and didn't say a word. He just dropped the spitball in the middle of the rice like a giant turd. The same way rappers drop mics when they've delivered a burn. The Muslim kid turned and ran and began to laugh. He said, "Ha ha ha, now I've ruined the other half." Dong sat there boiling with hate. He was going to get revenge, that was his most well-known trait. Dong sat there thinking of a plan to hurt the Muslim kid, in a way so that he would regret what he had did. He remembered something in class he learned just a few days before. Something about Muslims, their traditions, and their lore. Muslims had many rules, many strictures, many laws to follow. One of these rules involved pork you could not touch or swallow. Dong looked down at his rice and realized very quickly there were many bacon bits chopped finely and neatly. He started picking out the bacon bits one at a time. He was going to punish the Muslim kid for his crimes. Dong walked up to the Muslim kid and said, "This is pork, bitch, fear me!" And the Muslim kid turned red. Dong chased the Muslim kid, throwing the pork from behind. It looked like both of them had lost their minds. One was throwing pork and one was running from it. A kindergartner said, "Why throw bacon? I would have eaten every bit." Then one of Dong's friends grabbed the Muslim kid and held him by his arms. The Muslim kid was quite scared. He was quite alarmed. He could not escape. He could not run. He flailed and kicked as if he were done, as if he was about to be killed by the pork. He did not care if he looked like a dork. He wanted nothing else but to escape. His face looked like he was about to scream, "Rape, rape, rape!" Dong took a piece of bacon and put it in his mouth. And as soon as it went in, the Muslim kid spit it right out. The friend holding him started to laugh real hard, and the Muslim kid broke free and ran really far. But Dong was content. He was satisfied. He was happy. He was glad that he had made someone feel so crappy. He laughed it off and went back to class, but that was when the teachers did ask, "Who threw all this bacon? Why is it here? Why did you not eat it, my dears?" And that was when Dong was taken down to the office to be questioned. The teachers wanted a confession, a reason for his aggression. They wanted some comprehension of why Dong would do such a thing. But Dong was stupid, so he started lying. "I didn't know Muslims didn't like pork. I just threw it at him because he's a dork." Such a terrible reason wasn't going to fly. The teachers knew it was such an obvious lie. What they wanted was a confession for all the things he did and his transgressions. Dong told the teachers about the spitballs, why he chased the Muslim kid down the halls. "He fucked with my rice and he fucked with it twice. You're a fool if you think I was just gonna sit there and play nice." Dong told loudly to the teacher in a similar fashion as a Christian preacher. The teacher seemed calm, but then she started to facepalm. She said, "Bring in the little white kid. Show him what his actions had did." In came a little white boy, about half Dong's size. When he walked in, Dong was quite surprised. He knew the boy well. Dong had given him hell. He had been picking on this kid all year long. He would take him at recess and spank him like he was his mom. The teacher told him that this boy was the one who threw the first spitball, and that the Muslim kid didn't have anything to do with it at all. Dong turned beet red, and realized in his head he had jumped to wrong conclusions. It was his confusion that led to this illusion. He fucked up hard. He felt like a retard. And nothing he was going to say was going to make this okay. He had just taken a huge shit on the Muslims' religion. It wasn't something so small, something so smidgen. He had force-fed pork to a Muslim boy, as if the Muslim was some kind of toy. The teachers were pissed. They suspended him for a week. Dong's parents were pissed, and things were going to be very bleak. During his suspension, Dong did some thinking and some contemplation. He also did a lot of masturbation. He worried that the kids would make fun of all the things that he had done. He was scared that he was going to be picked on once more, just as he had in the years before. But when he came back to school, everything seemed fine. It seemed that most kids had forgotten in time. And after a year all this happened, Dong bullied no more. I won't act like such an asshole as I have before. If someone insults me, I'll just ignore. No more settling the score. I'm going to find a different purpose to live for. I'm going to be a person that people can actually adore. Dong said to himself in a prideful roar. But also because Dong started high school that year, and the kids in high school are like way fucking huge, dude. Like they are really big and they're really mean. And if you picked on someone, your ass was gonna get fucked. But one day, a bigger Muslim kid discovered what Dong had did to the little Muslim kid. Dong knew this bigger Muslim, and he knew he was a violent one. He was twice Dong's size, so the only thing to do was run. But the little Muslim overheard their conversation and moved over to protect Dong without any contemplation. The little Muslim kid said, "He didn't make me eat the pork. He just threw it at me because I was a dork. We were just having a little food fight. He didn't do anything really mean. Am I right?" Dong nodded very quietly, for all he could do was stand there idly and watch as the little Muslim kid saved his ass from getting beaten after class. The bigger Muslim calmed down and said, "If you do anything to him, you'll be dead." When Dong and the little Muslim were all alone, Dong asked him why he defended him on his own. He looked at Dong, and this is what he said. Well, it was 'cause it was the right thing to do in the end. And after that day, they became friends. The end.